Hi, I'm Steve Drake from Drake's Restaurant in Ripley, and I'd like to introduce our new Flavour Discovery menu. First course, we've got a lovely simple mackerel dish where we've just cured it with a citrus cure, and we've got a gnocchi made with seaweed, which is really lovely and adds a slight saltiness to it. Some smoked tomato, a tiny little bit of goat's cheese, and then we make a lovely dashi broth inspired from when I went to Japan last year with some bonito flakes and kombu. Really lovely, strong umami flavours. This is the cauliflower dish. Just bought one of those green eggs, the clay baked ovens. Amazing piece of kit. Gets really hot. We've just clay baked some cauliflower and then brushed it with a little bit of curry oil, and then just some other textures of cauliflower, some puree, some raw, and then finally a little bit of sorrel, mayonnaise, a little bit of caper, and some lovely fresh sorrel leaves. The next dish, got a really lovely scallop dish. Scallops are from the west coast of Scotland. I went to Norway recently and I had an amazing dish using burnt onion. So I thought I'd come back, and I've experimented with it. And so this scallop dish is just simply roasted scallops with some lovely leeks that are bound in kind of like a cheesy cream sauce. But it's very light still, and then on top we've got some really burnt onions which had a real bitter note to it. And then finally we just pour in a juice, just a pure onion juice which has been cooking for 96 hours in a water bath at 95 degrees I should say, and it naturally turns a dark brown. It's incredible, really incredible flavour. Next we've got the duck hearts, which is quite an unusual piece of meat to use. I think we get them from Suffolk. We just gently poach them and then just roll them in some hot butter, and we make a spiced liver parfait, which we roll in like a little broccoli couscous with some raw broccoli on there as well, and then some lovely salted cherries, and finally some pickled girolles. A really nice dish. It almost tastes a little bit like pigeon, the meat. Really lovely. Next dish is a lovely grey mullet dish which we get from the south coast. It's just coming to the end of the season for the grey mullet. Really, it's a nice springtime fish, so we're just at the tail end of that now. We've made a lovely sauce using a miso mayonnaise which we've made from some brown miso paste, and then we get fresh turnips, juice them, raw turnip juice, mix that with the miso mayonnaise to make an incredible fresh light sauce of miso, and you get a really lovely flavour of the turnip coming through. An oyster mayonnaise served with that, and then some lovely sea vegetables, some little sea aster, sea purslane, sea beets. Really lovely, fresh, flavoured fish. The grey mullet is quite a strong fish, so the miso works really well. The final savoury course is like the main course. We've got a lovely pork ribeye, really lovely tender piece of meat. We've poached it and then just gently roasted it. We've got some lovely onions which we've sprinkled with lemon thyme and just roasted them as well. Some lovely heritage carrots, and then finally we've got almost like a black pudding sauce, like a puree of black pudding, which you just kind of pour over the plate as well. So a really lovely, fresh, light pork dish with a real intensity of the black pudding. Really good. So we've got a kind of a cheese course now. We've taken some Yorkshire blue and we've frozen it in liquid nitrogen. So we've got little sort of nuggets, if you like, little rocks of Yorkshire blue cheese, some pickled rose petal, some crisp of beetroot, and then a little bit of raspberry. Really lovely, fresh, nice cheese course, but a nice blue cheese, but really light still. Next dish is what we've called chocolate breakfast, because my daughter likes Cocoa Pops in the morning. So we've got a lovely, really light chocolate mousse, and we've made a milk jam, which is basically milk, sugar, cooked down to a jam stage. So it goes like almost like a caramel. Puffed wild rice, yogurt sorbet, and then just a lovely crisp of milk. So all the things that you might have for breakfast put into a chocolate dish. The final dish, which is a dish that we kind of reinvent almost every year, is a blueberry lavender dish. So this year we've made like a little like a milk pancake, which we've rolled some lovely blueberry compote inside with some lavender jelly, which we get from Hampshire, lovely blueberry ice cream, and then finally we've got some oregano crumbs with it. Really lovely. The flavour of the blueberry, the lavender and the oregano I think work really, really well together. I think it's a really, really good finish to the meal. Creativity is really, really important to me and the food that we do. And I always like to discover something new, to find something new and to get it right and then try and incorporate it into the menu. And that's what I want to share with my customers, you know, to give you a new experience.